show. Get ready to do the weather this morning. We're going to talk to Dr. Jan White in just a second. Here's the weather forecast. Gloria already been here and left this morning. Had to leave early. Chance of storms all this week. About a 30% chance of rain. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s the rest of the week as we head into football season. 4.5 weeks away. And Maddie co-hosting this morning. There she is, feeling good already. Yeah. You want to say anything this morning? She's about 10 weeks old. Or bless you, Corey. 2.5 months old, basically. Maddie, right? Me and Maddie and me. Hey, how you like that? Huh? How you like that? I know what you're talking about. Dr. Jan White in here this morning. Appropriate time to talk about something like this. How many across the nation, I know it's a big deal now with kids not being able to make it on their own, so they're having to move back in with their grandparents, and the grandparents start taking over and raising their grandkids.
Well, in 2000, it was over 5 million. 5 million? Yes, and in 1970, it was half that. It was 2.5 million. So you can see it's going up, up, up. And, you know, the interesting thing about being a grandparent, and Jamie, you probably already know this, is there's no defined role for grandparent.
Really?
No. We know what it means to be a bad parent.
But hey, hold a second. We're trying to do an interview here.
But
Where's
you
have
her Passy.
Oh, yeah. I can't give her mine. Well, see, this is a problem sometimes. I've had guests act like that, too. So, all right, go ahead, Dr. White. Sorry
anyway, there is no role for grandparents. So, see, Jamie, you can be whatever you want to be as a grandfather.
Like what?
And nobody would ever say, oh, Jamie's a bad grandparent, because there's no defined role.
Well, I've been bad enough as a parent.
The sky's the limit.
If you were a bad parent, can you redeem yourself and become a good grandparent?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what is a custodial grandparent? Because there's a lot of confusion.
That's why he's got custody of their grandkids, right?
Yes. But, okay, if the grandparent lives in the household and is caring for the grandchild, is that a custodial grandparent?
No.
No, not necessarily. Only if they're acting as a parent. It's a surrogate role, surrogate parent, and they are essentially raising that child. So it's different than just babysitting and living in the household.
But some grandparents, and I know some people that provide me with tomatoes from time to time, adopt their grandchildren.
That's true.
Because they're much better parents than their children.
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they do that because they're already in a parental role. And, you know, there are some advantages if you adopt that child, because then the visitation with the parents is no longer there.
But that only usually happens when the parents are just bad parents, drugs and stuff like that.
Basically abandon them. So that leads us to another topic. And by the way, this is the information I'm giving you today is from an article I wrote in 2009 for a journal. So what are some of the causes? And we talked about that a little earlier. Well, among them are natural disasters, economic declines, and I think that's been a big contributor of these numbers, military deployments, incarceration, floods, custody and visitation rights, and increasing crime rates. So there's a lot of different reasons why people become custodial grandparents. Now, there is some good news and some bad news, but I'm going to give you the bad news first. What is the impact? It is expensive. But also, there are negative consequences to being a custodial grandparent, because again, you're an older person and you're in a parental role.
I'm not that old.
It's a less meaningful experience, and sometimes there's an adversarial relationship with the grandchild. Social isolation, because, you know, you're kind of locked in because you can't do anything with grown-ups. Role confusion, inappropriate conduct, and behavioral problems. That's a big one.
Hey, Brad, we talking about your family?
And so, consequently, there are predictable health declines, because grandparents then put their diagnostics and put their health matters on the back burner because they're too busy raising the grandkids. What is some good news? Well, the good news is that some studies found that health status actually improves among custodial grandparents, because now they're more active, they're up chasing kids around. So think about this. They stop smoking because they're worried about the exposure of smoke with the child. They have higher levels of confidence and self-esteem.
Grandparents do, or the kids do?
the grandparents.
That's what I need, more self-esteem.
And, yeah, right. We can see it waning. And they have less worry for the grandchild. So in other words, they know that the grandchild is safe with them and not exposed to some harmful experiences. So it's not all bad.
Well, so far.
Right. A lot of times we know that it is the bonds of love that keep a custodial grandparent situation, because the grandparents do not want that grandchild to go into foster care. So they will do anything out of the love of a child and the love of their own grown children to retain this grandchild.
What if I don't like my grown children, but I love this one?
You got a problem.
See you, Abby.
But typically, a custodial situation initially is very negative, but it can turn out to be something very positive. It just depends on how you approach it.
In the future, that was from 70 to now, what happens now, 10 years from now? How many more grandchildren across the nation will be living due to the economy and everything?
I don't know, but one dilemma that we see is called the sandwich generation, and these are typically baby boomers, 1946 to 1964, and they not only are raising children at home, but they are raising grandchildren and caring for older adults. They're usually their parents, so it's going to be a bigger issue.
It's amazing how many of us that does affect. Of course, my parents both passed away in the last year and a half, but I mean, it was a major deal there too.
Right, so you can see how you and Gloria might be affected.
Of course, we didn't expect this one because Abby was told she never would have kids, and then all of a sudden this little one pops in.
Right.
And best looking kid on earth, I believe. I mean, I don't know how many of y'all think the same way, but I know I do. She'll be starting her own Facebook page called Me and Maddie, or Maddie and Me, and you can make donations to that for her to extend her further master's education and everything at Athens State and everything like that, yeah.
And I think what's so neat, Jamie, is
I know I put a lot of people to sleep on the show before, but
is that you said that maybe sometimes parenting wasn't such a great experience for you. But look, this little bundle of joy now in your life, and you don't have responsibility when she's...
I call her mama, come get her.
Right, exactly. And so this is just a little bundle of pure joy.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Jan White. So you didn't catch no fish this weekend out at the river?
No, we got stumped. It was still fun.
Well, while you were fishing, me and Gloria got up early Saturday morning, made our way down to meet Mayor Ronnie Marks, Sheriff Mike Blakely, Chairman, Madison County Chairman Stanley Menifee, all down at HG Grill. He's going to be with us later. Kerry Tang from down that way owns that. Y'all go by there. He don't serve breakfast anymore, but they did for Relay for Life this weekend. We'll keep you posted on that. Thank you again, Dr. White, for coming up, talking about such a good subject this morning. We'll go to that video with the mayor and everybody, and we'll be back in just a moment. Y'all hang on.
Look like they're working hard. They're supposed to be serving.
Early, come up here. Y'all ain't doing nothing.
Hey, we're eating.
We do that.
It's
Still on that diet?
Well, it's not a diet. It's a life-changing experience.
Okay. Is it still working for you?
Yeah, I've lost 30 pounds.
Congratulations.
You know, Wayne,
Don't let us interrupt you, Stanley.
Hey, but there's not one diet, they just quit eating.
What'd you say, Mayor?
I said, this is great. We just eating before all the rush comes in.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah.
So what'd you have today, Sheriff?
a little eggs and a little bit of bacon. No bread, no grits, no potatoes,
Gravy?
no gravy.
No gravy? Wow.
Orange juice. He did good.
I hadn't had a biscuit in
really
14
good.
weeks.
You ain't had what?
I hadn't had a biscuit in 14 weeks. I hadn't had no bread in 14
Is
weeks.
it difficult?
No,
You're doing good.
doing good.
Look great.
And this is what, the 10,000th diet you've been on since I've known you?
This is not a diet. This is a
Lifestyle change.
Lifestyle change. That's right.
Hey, definitely not alternate lifestyle, just lifestyle changing.
Jamie, I'm not on a diet.
Yeah, I know you
I'm
know.
not.
I know you know.
I look like a pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam,
It looks like y'all are real busy.
We are. Thank
Looks
y'all
like we
for
should get
coming.
breakfast.
Are you cleaning up?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm getting her done. Danny,
I like that. That apron looks good on
I like that apron.
you. Real good. And you, Commissioner?
Fine. Everything's great.
Farmers Market in Athens doing okay?
Farmer's Market's gonna do well later.
When it gets them yard sales going.
Yeah. Well, first of the month, we're gonna, I think it opens up just a farmer's market, first of the month, August.
You know you're going to take some heat on that.
I'm not, I didn't vote. No, I'll stand my ground. I think it ought to be a farmer's market. That's what I really believe. I didn't actually start it like the guy accused me of it. That's really what it ought to be.
Well, they don't like you down there. I interviewed a bunch of them the other night. They're blaming you.
Yeah, well, that's fine. The guy came up the other day, and they're breaking the laws, and they're not to be allowed to do that. I mean, that's the facts of life, and to sit in the seat where we sit, I don't think we ought to allow that.
Sheriff, you don't have to deal with people breaking the laws.
Hey, Dion, what's up?
Hey, Dion.
See, I never get on TV. I always put me down.
All right, put Dion on TV.
Put me on TV.
Channel 19.
Yeah.
What'd you have?
Eggs. What else I have? Eggs, sausage. I shouldn't have the sausage though.
Was it good?
Nah, it was alright. Not good.
Have you seen anyone work this morning?
Nah.
They're all eating.
Now watch this.
It's rolling. I ain't even got to eat yet. Yeah. Thank you, Dion. I got you.
That was pretty slick, Dion.
Yeah, that's a pretty good move. Yeah, that's a pretty good move.
He knows how to run a camera. He loves those shots. Carol and Cassie with me this morning. Relay for Life at HG Grill, and we're doing good. You've got some celebrities serving today. How's Relay for Life doing?
Doing good. Yeah, we're still short of our goal. Our relay year actually ends August 31st, so we're having this fundraiser this morning. We have a end of year bash we're doing on August 28th.
Okay.
Not sure we have other things going on. The teams are still doing fundraisers.
It is the night of the election, so
August
25th. Yeah, you're right about it.
Yeah, it's a Thursday. It's
See,
a
they
Thursday.
did their research.
Yeah. Actually, we didn't, but we just do our meetings on Thursday, so we picked a Thursday.
Is there a website people can go to see the events that you do? What is that?
Yeah, relayforlife.org/limestone.
All right, easy enough to find.
Everything's on there. We have a great person that takes care of our website. That's one of our committees.
On Facebook.
Yeah, we're on Facebook.
Now, I was just asked, if it's a Celebrity Waiters Day, what constitutes celebrity? I said, I don't know.
Oh, well, we have
the mayor,
politicians.
we have the sheriff.
We have the sheriff. Well, you're here now. We'll let you serve.
They know we'd be here.
We have Beth Jett coming from WHNT, a recent cancer survivor.
We don't know them.
Well, she's a cancer survivor too, so
I'm kidding.
we've got her coming.